Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome back to Lightning Storm. This is the series where lightning always strikes twice as we talk about everything that has happened in the past week for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. And we have a pretty packed week of stuff to discuss here today, despite the fact I've had to make 2.5, technically, emergency episodes of Lightning Storm this week to discuss the Astronema and Ecliptor pack that leaked last Saturday, and the COG 2 pack that leaked and then got revealed yesterday. We still have a lot to talk about here, but before I get into it, I want to say, because I didn't say it on either one of those videos, because genuinely I forgot, and also I didn't talk about it last weekend at the Fan First Friday one, because I forgot there too. Last weekend, last Sunday, June 13th, was the 1 year anniversary of Lightning Storm. So I cannot thank you all enough for the support that this series has gotten through the 74 episodes that I've done so far, and all the extra ones and everything. It really means a lot to me. I love talking about this line. I love hearing people's, opinions on the line and reading the comments and just, having fun with it. There's been a lot of fun moments here on the show, I think, and I love doing this every week. And it's because of the reaction and the support that the series has gotten that really restarted the channel last year. It was my biggest successful video that I've had, when I started it last year. I didn't think it was going to take off. I didn't think it was going to resurrect the YouTube channel after like a year of nothingness, and here we are, almost at 6,000 subscribers. We're getting there, and the series is going strong. So let's go in and get into this week's episode. So I think one of the best places to start for this week is probably with the COG 2 pack, because I already did a video on it. I actually kind of did like a video and a half on it yesterday, and so I might as well just get it out of the way here, because it's not, it's news obviously, but I already talked about it here. So yesterday morning, on early Friday morning, we had a leak come out for a COG 2 pack that was leaked by Power Morphicon's site being updated. And then only a couple hours later, we had a live stream, which was kind of the kickoff to the Power Morphicon live event that's going on this current weekend. It was a live stream between Scott Zillner, the owner and organizer of Power Morphicon, and Bruno from MMPR Toys. They got to do the official reveal of the COG 2 pack. So I didn't have all the pieces of information about the set when I talked about it yesterday, but now we got the whole thing. So it is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive set. It is currently slated for November 1st. Now, I don't think that it will actually take until November, and I'll get to that in a second as to why I think that. But yes, it is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Unfortunately, it's very much in the same vein as the Putty Patroller 2-pack that we got in 2020, but that was priced at $29.99, so you're basically getting $10 off because you're getting very basic figures with kind of basic accessories here. But that's not the case with the COG. The COG, you're paying the full, brand new 2-pack price, so no longer $39.99, now they're $41.99. So basically $42 you're paying for the set. You're paying like £50 for it over on Hasbro Pulse UK, which it is available there, which is like, after everything, I think Lightning Collective talked about how it's like $70 US or something absolutely ridiculous for it. So I'm really sorry for those UK fans, and I don't know how it's going to be released in other territories since it's only on Pulse right now for the US, Canada, and the UK, so who knows what's going on with that one. But yeah, the set is definitely pricey, but you're getting a lot of good stuff with it. You're getting the silver COG, you're getting the kind of maroon reddish COG, which I know a lot of people don't necessarily remember from Zeo, but it was in Zeo for at least a little bit. And so yeah, you're going to get both of those. You're going to get, I said yesterday I got this wrong, at least I think I got it wrong, the visor can be lifted up, that's a sentence, lifted up to have the mechanical robot eyes underneath there, because that's what the Power Morphicon description said. It said it had an adjustable head. It actually just has a swappable head, like a traditional Lightning Collection civilian head swap kind of thing. But you're, interestingly enough, which I really much appreciate, it looks from the kind of accessories breakdown picture that we are going to be getting both, a regular head and the mechanical eyes head for both figures, and the kind of small version of the staff and the elongated version of the staff for both figures, the blast chest effect piece for both figures, and the punching purple effect piece for both of them. So, and the swappable hands. Can't forget about the swappable hands. It's, everyone's favorite piece. So, a lot of really cool things. You're getting a lot of awesome stuff in there. You're getting 2 full-fledged figures, and you're not having to share accessory pieces like you had to do with the Putty Patroller 2-pack. So on that regard, I can see why it's a typical 2-pack price and not the $30 price. I just would have preferred for that to have been the case here. So limit 2 per customer per order. However, you can order more. You can place another order and get more than just 2. I placed 2 orders to get 2 and then 1. So if you want to really army build this like crazy, you can do that. At least I think it's going to keep working. I hope. But yeah, that's really about it for the COG 2-pack. The artwork looks fantastic from Tom Whalen, which we can see if we look at the one with the visor up part. That was what they were teasing at the Fan First Friday event last week when we showed that little zoom in. And we had speculated it was a COG, and we were right. So a COG 2-pack, I was surprised that it showed up this early. But we have 2 little things to discuss with it before we move on to the next thing, and that is its code. So its code would have been a story in of itself, this current episode that you're watching, if it didn't already get revealed. So what was its code? Well, we have this bill of lading right here, which shows that the code for the set was PRG Power Morphicon. So, makes sense. It was revealed by Power Morphicon, and it is just coded Power Morphicon. So whether that means that this was originally intended to be the exclusive for the event, that's possible. I don't know if that's the case or not there. But it is interesting that the code and the reveal tied together and everything. And it's not like ZCH anything or none of the Zio codes or any other random codes for COGs or something. And also what's kind of interesting is that this code name popped up in the bill of lading. I think that was Monday or Tuesday night. That is when that popped up. And then we didn't know what it was. And then here we go. Hey, there it is. So it's also product number F2976. So it comes right after the A Squad Rangers that we just got recently in the kind of numbering of all the different product numbers. So yeah, that is interesting. What is interesting about that is the fact that the bill of lading that the code was on, it's on the bill of lading already, which means it's done, it's been manufactured, and it was shipping from the factories to the US. Now, there's some shipping delays with like ports out of China and things right now, so that could be a delay on that. But it's still going to be on the way here, and it will be here well before November. So I'm curious if the November date was kind of a placeholder safety date because of the delays in the shipping process and everything right now. Because I don't see why this set couldn't be ready to be shipped out in like at least, if not July, at least August or something. Which, we have a lot of stuff coming out in the next couple of months, so, it's going to be very expensive, of course. But I would not be surprised if this COG 2-pack shows up a lot earlier than November. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So that was already 8 minutes of just talking about the COG, guys. We got a lot more. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and plug this here after the COG story before we move on, because I did already kind of mention it in the COG story, and that is the fact that this past weekend, it was this past weekend, the new episode of the Lightning Collective podcast with Callum came out, and I was a guest on it. So I was a guest on it following the Fan First Friday Pioneers in Pink stream, so you can hear our thoughts about all the different reveals. We speculate on the COG tease, so I guess it's a little outdated on that regard, although we did get it right. We did guess a COG 2-pack of the silver and reddish maroon COG in that, so that's kind of neat that we got that right. So I will leave a link in the description below to that episode if you guys would like to listen to it. Lightning Collective is always great. I was really happy to be on back in April right after FanFest, and I was happy to be asked to be on it again. So be sure to check that out. Like I said, link in the description below. So let's talk about that Lava Equinox 2-pack again. So last weekend we had to do that emergency episode of Lightning Storm on a Saturday following a Fan First Friday, which is not what we usually do, because the Chinese Wonder Festival leaked out that Astronema and Ecliptor 2-pack. Now, we don't really have a lot else to talk about it beyond that point, but we do have some new pictures of it that were posted. I think it was a day or two later. Same Twitter user at WhenIYY. They provided these pictures, they DM'd them to me. So huge thanks to them for sending these. These are a lot clearer, closer up images of the two figures here. We can really just see how badass this Ecliptor looks. I cannot wait to get this figure. I think it looks absolutely awesome. And there's not much else to say about it, but like all the sculpting with the green lines and everything, the paint, his sword looks awesome. I mean, they just nailed it with this, and I cannot wait to own it. In the Astronema, we got to get a lot better of a look at here, and we see some interesting things about it. So she does not have the chest armor that she had in the Versus Packs Wave 1 release. So because of that, they actually had to like re-sculpt the torso piece, because underneath the armor, you can take the armor off on the original release, but there's just nothing there. So for this one, they sculpted in all that detail that would have been there, including parts that were painted on Versus Packs Wave 1. They actually decided to sculpt them this time, which is really, really cool that they went through the effort to do that. They also did a new sculpt with her necklace. It was originally on the original release, like a part of that chest armor molded into the armor, so it wasn't like its own separate piece, but here it's its own separate piece because you're not getting the armor. And then they also did change the hair sculpt, so it's a completely different hair sculpt, not even just like repainted. They went in and they changed the hair sculpt, so therefore Tom Whalen actually did go in and change the box art on it to reflect that, which makes sense. I don't see why they wouldn't have done that. So that's really cool. I cannot wait for this 2-pack to get officially revealed. All signs are pointing to it being the identity of the Lava Equinox 2-pack, and therefore a Amazon exclusive that should be out sometime around August 1st. That's what international websites are saying, or international Amazons are saying for the release date, so we'll have to look out for it around that time frame. Now the price point, I'm personally anticipating at the least 50, if not maybe 60, if they were going to go with the kind of bigger, bulkier 2-pack price, kind of like the Marvel Legends one that just happened with the Thanos and Iron Man. I know that was kind of a special thing, but that was like 63. I don't think it's going to be that much, but I would say probably at least 50. It's going to be more than 40. Well, I guess 42 is the new 2-pack price, so it's going to be more than that. You can also see that the box, it definitely looks bigger than a normal 2-pack box. It actually looks very similar to the size of the 2-pack box from the San Diego Comic-Con 2019 Jason 2-pack, where that was the same style as a like regular Lightning Collection 2-pack, but it was definitely wider than a normal one. And I think just from looking at this picture, it's because we only have one angle of the box really. It looks like we're following that style type of box size more than anything else. So that's all we really have on this 2-pack here. I'm very excited for this 2-pack. I'm highly anticipating it. I think the Astronema figure looks better than the original release. I think the Ecliptor knocks it out of the park and could be one of the greatest Lightning Collection figures we have so far, and I cannot wait to be able to pre-order it here soon. So, that's that. Alright, so let's circle back to the Pink Ranger reveals from last Friday and kind of just talk about some new things about them here again. So we have a little bit of updates about the cel-shaded figure, the Pink Ranger cel-shaded one. So I did not mention last weekend because I don't even think I noticed, to be honest. It is a re-sculpted Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger helmet on, I believe, just the 2-pack one, I think. On the 2-pack one with Cat, it definitely has the re-sculpted helmet there. The cel-shaded might not. I could be wrong about that. But I know one of the two of them have a corrected. I think the original release is perfectly fine. It's not like as atrocious as the molding on the original Red Ranger helmet was for the figures. But they did do a new sculpt for the pink one here, which was done by Dennis at Always Bumping on Twitter, who has been a long-time sculptor in the Lightning Collection. He sculpted all 3 of the roleplay helmets, and it seems like they kind of just took the roleplay helmet sculpt and kind of downsized it for the figure, because you can kind of see the little slits at the top are present on the figure release as well as the roleplay helmet. So it seems like they kind of not exactly the same, because the clasps, like the magnet clasps on the roleplay helmet, are not on the figure and things like that. So, but yeah, Dennis did that, and he posted his like 3D sculpts of them there, which is pretty cool. Now there is that new box art on the cel-shaded Pink Ranger. That's definitely a different kind of style than what we're used to for the Lightning Collection. I assumed that it was just artwork from Tom Whalen, but I don't think Hasbro said anything about that either way. But it is. I reached out to Tom Whalen, I DM'd him on Twitter, and he did confirm to me that he did the cel-shaded Pink Ranger artwork. So that's really cool. I hope we get more cel-shaded artworks like that, because I'm kind of starting to slowly dig the cel-shaded figure. It's growing on me. I mean, I got it because I'm going to get it either way. But, you know, if we're doing this, let's just go all in. You know, that's what I felt like with the metallics. Let's just do this now. But yeah, it looks really cool. I like this new kind of comic style. I mean, it's similar to like the typical Lightning Collection box style. It's not like I, you know, look at it and go, that could possibly be Tom. But, you know, it's cool to get confirmed that it was Tom that did that. And I appreciate him answering my question about that. So that's all there is to say really about updated things from those reveals. But I didn't mention it, like I didn't say it in the video last week. I just put it up on the screen because it wasn't available at the time I did last week's video. But those prices, man. The GameStop and Pulse prices make absolutely no sense. The helmet and the cel-shaded pink are more expensive on GameStop, cheaper on Pulse. The 2-pack and the Morpher are cheaper on GameStop, more expensive on Pulse. The release dates are all over the place. The 2-pack says August 1st on GameStop, December 1st on Pulse. The helmet and the Morpher say July 2nd at GameStop, while they say like October on Pulse. It's all over the place. None of it makes any sense. So I had to split my order in half, go half on GameStop, half on Pulse because of the cheaper prices and things like that. It's ridiculous. I don't really understand it. But I would recommend doing the half thing if I were you. But all 4 items, as of the time of this recording, are seemingly still available under their limited quantities banner on Hasbro Pulse because I just guess they're not popular enough that they did not sell out of them. I think you can still get A Squad Pink, and it's been over a month since her limited quantities on Pulse thing was a thing. So I think you can still get that there. So unfortunately, it looks like the GameStop exclusives are either produced in such a high number, or not that popular, or just Pulse has a lot of them somehow. So yeah, I believe you can still get them all on Pulse. If not, I will put something up and say that you can, but I'm pretty sure you still can. So that's all I really have from last week's Fan First Friday. There's not really much else to say about it other than what was up with that, Kendrick's Corone Psycho Pink clip and then nothing came of that. What was that? Alright, so our next thing here is going to be a good old friend of ours, Monsters Wave 2. Man, did you think we would hear about those again? You probably hoped that we did because they have been missing in action for months and were supposed to be out already. But this past week they made an appearance again. They were gone from the list of listings 2.0. They were gone from the list of listings 3.0. Hasbro has completely said nothing about them. But they have appeared. Martian Ranger on Twitter found them on Amazon. It doesn't really give us much new information on this, although what's interesting is that on the Amazon pages, the description says release date, June 1st, 2021. Let me check a calendar real quick. It's after June 1st, and we don't have them. So I don't know what's happening with that. I don't know. My current prevailing theory is that I don't know how long they've been up on Amazon. They could have been up this whole time, and Martian Ranger just found them, or they could have just been put up. If they were just put up, I think there's a slight potential possibility that Monsters Wave 2 might just give up on doing that at the retail level, and they might just be making it a Amazon exclusive. It wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility because all these capsules are supposed to have themes. Amazon, we don't know what the theme is yet, but the only listing that has leaked for it that seems to probably be part of this Power Month capsule thing is Lava Equinox 2-pack, the Astronema Ecliptor one. And that's it. We don't have anything else leaked. Every other store has multiple listings out there that have leaked already. So I would not be surprised if maybe they kind of restructure some things and make iGuy and Parentis Head kind of Amazon exclusives part of the capsule. Kind of like a villain's capsule thing, I don't know if it's going to happen, that's just my speculation, but at this point, that's what I would do with it, just to get them out finally. Because I don't know how far along they are, but if there's a lot of evidence piling up that they were supposed to be out on June 1st, 2021, alongside Wave 9, and that just flat out didn't happen. So I'm very curious what's going to happen with those. I hope they still actually happen, and I'll keep posted on what happens with them. But yeah, they are on Amazon, so maybe that is an indication that something will happen with them someday. Yeah. Speaking of upcoming things here, I had a friend of mine who works at Target, was able to scan some barcodes in the Target system and show us some things. So the Andros figure, so we already know that he is the identity of the disguised ZTH, I almost said the completely different wrong code there, ZTH Jupiter, the disguised ZTH Jupiter code, we know is the Andros figure, which means very likely he's going to be a Target exclusive. Well, he might be sooner than we think. So according to this page, that was taken from like their little scanner things, how Target works, it shows that they should be arriving either on or soon or close to July 22nd. So next month, basically a month from now, and they haven't been announced to be Target exclusives yet. Now, I'm not surprised by that. Target, especially, it seems to like just kind of getting these random drop figures like Major Blood from the G.I. Joe Classified series that just came out last month. Or last year, when we had Dino Charge Black just pop up. And then they announced it later. They were like, oh, surprise, it's out. Yeah, I know. I don't have it yet. Well, at the time. I have it now. But, you know, when am I going with this? Yeah, so Andros, probably sometime around the end of July. So maybe eventually they'll say it's a Target exclusive or people will just walk in and find it there. But, you know, while I had my friend helping me out here, I was like, alright, well, let's scan some Wave 10 codes, shall we? And see if we finally get the codes cracked. So are you guys ready? Here is the reveal of what Vel Mercury is from Wave 10. It didn't say it. It just said Power Rangers Mercury. So, it scanned it correctly, but it didn't give us anything out of it. So it's still a mystery. Wave 10. Hopefully we see it soon, but still, it eludes us. Alright, our final story for the week here. We have some, going back to the reveals from last week again, I guess. We actually have some video reviews out there already for the Pink Ranger helmet. How did that happen? Because it's not out yet? It isn't out yet. But the way that it happened was Hasbro Pulse, or Hasbro UK, sent out the helmet to a number of UK influencers and Power Ranger fans. So that's pretty sweet. I know the UK kind of always gets, you know, left in the dust on, you know, Lightning Collection things, Hasbro things in general. So it was really cool that they reached out to them to give them the helmet to review early. So there's a whole list of them out there. I tried to find as many as I could. I probably missed a couple. If you know of any that I don't mention here in this list I'm about to say, please leave them in the comments below. But in the description below, I'm going to have a link to all of their video reviews here, or wherever they posted. I think they're all video reviews. But we have this whole list here. We had the Pink Ranger was sent to DanWhoReviews, Mephistu, Homerino123, Ben's Collectible, Supersorrell, and Ranger Chamber. So if you guys would like to check out any of those video reviews of the Pink Ranger helmets, so there's a bunch of them out there right now. They all just kind of came out at the same time. So, you know, don't really know who, I don't remember who was like the first person to do it, but they're all kind of out at the same time there. So like I said, they'll be in the description below if you guys want to check out the Pink Ranger helmet review, if you're kind of on the fence about buying it or something. But, you know, GameStop is supposed to have it on July 2nd. Don't get it from there. It's $100 on GameStop. But if you wait until October, it's only $85 on Pulse. So that's the way to go. But yeah, lots of reviews are out of it now. Alright, and our final thing here, of course, is going to be Lightning Strike of the Week here. And this week we're going to be focusing on a website, actually. So there's this website called Action Figures 411, or Action Figure 411, and they are basically a collector database. They have a really good database of showing, you know, how much figures are going for, how much they've sold for on like auction sites and things, when they came out, pictures of them. You can like build a collection in there. You can put in like what you paid for an item, when you got it, what you have, and things like that. And I was a fan of the site from what I saw of it. I had seen video reviews or video people doing like figure top 10s and things like that were using info from the site. And it seemed like a really cool site for like Black Series and for Marvel Legends and things like that. So I reached out to Frank on Facebook. I messaged him and was like, hey, have you ever considered adding a Lightning collection in there? And he's like, well, you know, it doesn't seem hard. It doesn't seem there's a lot of figures. So yeah, let's do it. So he has just recently updated the website this past week to include the Lightning collection. Just the figures. This website just covers figures, so not any of the roleplay stuff here. And if there's any errors, I've been helping him out because he's not very familiar with the line. At least that's what I understand. So I've been helping him if he's missed figures or, you know, didn't know where a figure released at, or, you know, things like that. So if he needs any help with it, I'm trying to help him out there behind the scenes with it. But as far as I'm aware, it should be updated this morning to include even the COG 2-pack from yesterday. If not, that will be in there soon. So huge shout out to Frank for being willing to add the Lightning collection in there. So if you guys would like to keep track of your line, I will put a link in the description below to the Power Ranger section there. But feel free to use it for Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, G.I. Joe Classified. They're all in there. So yeah, I think it's a pretty cool site, and I'm happy the Lightning collection has been added to it. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for this week's episode of Lightning Storm. Cannot believe how active of a week it was following a Fan First Friday. That's typically not the case here. But you know, Astronema Ecliptor 2-pack, a COG 2-pack, who knows? We're almost at that point. Almost. We're not quite there. To that point where, you know how like Star Wars and Marvel, just get a figure revealed like every day at noon just because, regardless if it's a Fan First Friday or not, it's a Thursday morning, Star Wars announced 15 more figures, Yeah, must have been a random Thursday. So, it's one of those things where, like yesterday, we just get this 2-pack of cogs out of nowhere. So maybe we're slowly getting to that point where Lightning Collection is just going to be more abundant. We're already at 27 figures revealed for the year, and it's already June. It's only June. So we'll see what we get. Last year, we got 38 figures. We're probably going to beat that. So that's all I got. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Lightning Storm. You can check out all the episodes that I posted, the emergency episodes from this past week, of course, and my Wave 9 video. I finally got Wave 9 in the mail, so you can check out that as well. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or at LightningFigPR. I'll see you all next time on Lightning Storm, the series where lightning always strikes twice.